Since the beginnings of human civilization, humans were born with an instinct to learn. As people continued to explore their surroundings, they made many new discoveries. They communicated these discoveries through art, storytelling, music, and used numerous other methods to describe the world around them. However, in science, they also started to discover new information about their environment. But like all other subjects, scientists needed a way to describe their observations. Some of these scientists especially needed them to describe the living things around them. They needed something structured, easy to follow, and most importantly, organize the knowledge that was constantly growing each day. Imagine a library where there was nothing but a huge pile of books. The pile of books is the scattered bits of information that people are obtaining each day. However, how are they going to organize it in a way so that the material they had could be looked back upon at a later time? Just like stores have to group certain foods together, or libraries having to sort books in order, biologists had to find a way to group organisms by their characteristics and evolutionary relationships. As a result, the classification system was created, and it's used to group life's diverse group of organisms into sets of criteria that is met in many different ways. From the Greek philosopher Aristotle to the Swedish naturalist Carolus Linnaeus, the classification system continued to develop in order to fit all of the information that is obtained during that time. Early systems, such as Aristotle's system, grouped living things by their physical similarities, their behaviors, habitats, and simply by figuring out whether the organism was an animal or a plant. However, the more information that was obtained, the classifications and groups grew and began to state more specific criteria. Scientists over time adjusted these systems whenever new information was made available to them. Swedish naturalist Carolus Linnaeus also added the first formal system of biological organization, taxonomy. Taxonomy is a branch of biology that focuses on naming, analyzing, and classifying species based on natural relationships. Taxonomy is also part of a bigger branch of science called systematics. Most classification systems have already grouped numerous living things together, but taxonomists, scientists that focus on classifying living things, subdivide these groups even more. They're based on distinct criteria that was added. This taxonomy system was made by a lot of different categories contained within each other. These categories are arranged from the broadest category to the most precise. A taxon is a group of living things that are named. They range from having broad, distinguishing characteristics to having specific traits. The broader these traits, the more species the taxon contains. The broadest taxonomic group in this system is a domain, and living things get grouped into 3 domains. Organisms are grouped into these domains by their cell types and structure. Inside these domains are groups called kingdoms. Living things are then sorted by their cell type and structure, and also their diet. Other taxons include the phylum or division, the class, order, family, the genus, and also the species. There is only one known organism that is not included in this biological classification system. Viruses, notorious for causing illnesses like the flu, is a nucleic acid with a layer of protein around it. They don't have cells. They aren't even cells. And they're non-living entities. Instead, they are added to a separate classification system created by virologists. So other than just organize living things into neat little groups, why is the biological classification system so important? Well, it makes identifying living things very convenient. It also is used to identify and combat invasive species that are not native to the area from destroying the ecosystem and driving out the species native to that region. The system could be the key to saving our ecosystem by putting effort towards saving native species. How do you remember the order of the system from the broadest taxon to the most specific? A way for you to remember that is through this saying, "Dear King Phillip, come over for good spaghetti." Here's how I learned about it last year before I took the test.
Okay, class, your test is on your desks. You have the whole period to complete it. Once you're done, put it on my desk. Good luck.
Wait, there was a test today?
You didn't study, did you? Hey, just remember this. Dear King Phillip, come over for good spaghetti.
However you remember it, it's a great mnemonic device to remember the taxons in order from broadest to most distinct.
King Phillip, why'd you come over here?